G'day folks, how you going? Welcome to another edition of Kev's Workshop. The parcel I just had sent to me yesterday, well it was before this, Australian Modeller, or it's also Precision Models. This is their shop brand title. And basically I've already just sliced it open at either end, sliced down the guts, ready for this opening. My newest acquisition has just arrived, as I say, yesterday. So today being the beginning of February, something I'm looking forward to. There's my receipt. Precision Models' latest productions, you could call it. So there's an order form on this. It's for the CHS coal hoppers. There are 442s on the front. They'll be up around the Maitland area. Basically tells you here different colour schemes, down into here all the different packs, how much it costs, etc. You go on to the Precision Models website and it'll tell you all on there too. Another one of their recent releases, Victorian Railways Harris cars, the old blue Suburbans. Now again on this, it's all the promo gear. So it shows as a 6-car set. The best thing is, the motor's down in the bogie. So the motor is actually driving both axles from underneath the floor line. So they've got room to put a heap more detail inside apparently. If you flip over on the back, basically shows, you can get all the different sets, how much they are. The light glare coming off this, it's a bit harder to see, so again go to the Precision Models website and you'll find out more details there. But what I've just purchased has been a long hard slog. Oh, look at this, it's brilliant. I've got a couple of more containers. Awesome, thanks guys. And oh, awesome, an Precision ruler. Hey, not a bad bit to add into the bits and pieces. Thanks guys. I'll just put my stuff over here out of the way. So much rubbish in my workshop. Oh look, some little airbags, pillows. Woohoo! Here's what I'm looking for. Wombat models, C30T. So in there, okay, that's what's there, that's what's there. Yeah, in there is my latest acquisition. Now my layout's called Wombat Flat, so this is going to be great. For those of you who don't understand Australian railways, New South Wales Government Railways, the N.S.W.G.R, had originally got built for them the 464 suburban tank engines. They were under a previous character or classification, and then they were later renamed or recertified to C30Ts, or originally the tank engine was just a C30. After they were 464, they were modified by the Government Rail and became C30Ts when they had the four wheels removed, the coal bunker removed and a tender added. So the T refers to tender, not tank. So a little bit of trivia for you. And yes, 1/87th HO scale. So in here, very well packed, very well produced. And you can go to their website. I'll just get this box out again. Yeah, just so you can look it up yourself. wombatmodels.com.au. On there, again, you'll find a lot more information. But those of you contemplating getting one of these, it would be a good addition if you're modelling Australian. Look at this. All the instructions are in here. Yep. Don't worry, my sense of humour. So instructions, G-structions. Says how to take it apart and everything. And it's double thickness too. So, if if I open that up somehow without dropping everything. Yep, there we go. Bit of fiddling around, but yeah. Model instructions. All the other bits and pieces saying about the warranty, so if you bugger it up, it's your problem. Leave it on the end of the box. There you go. So it gives you an idea of the price and what it is. A bit expensive, but by comparison to today's standards of life, everything is expensive. Okay, so back to the packaging. By the time you pull the little plastic sleeve off out of the way, come down to the inner packaging. Inside, there's little fine details. That appears to be a front coupler, so if you wish to put a KD on the front of it, auto coupler, whatever you want to call it, knuckle coupling, and tools and stuff. So you've got detailed bits and pieces which you can add on by sticking that in the tender in strategic places. Don't worry, I won't bend over because it won't fit up there either. Okay, my bad bit of humour. So, by the time you undo the traditional unwrappings, takes a bit to get into this one, of course. But there's what I've been waiting on. Since these were first released, it's saving pretty darn hard. And this way, 3001 is preserved by the New South Wales Rail Transport Museum. Bring this up a bit closer for you. During 2021, she's undergoing a major overhaul, being stripped down to the bare chassis, rebuilt, new bearings, new crank pins, new whatever. Thankfully, the Rail Transport Museum has a spare boiler for 3001, so that's been prepped up ready for the restoration. This will give you an idea amount of detail on the model. I'll spin this around for you. There's the other side. Back end detail. And of course, front end detail. It's freshly out of the box. Never been on a track. So about to see what it's like. Something to remember too with these C30Ts, all the tenders were hand-me-down tenders from other locomotives. So some were given 6-wheel tenders. This one has the bogie tender. Now with this, I'll turn it over without destroying things and dropping things. Yeah. The drawbars come away, so that's cool. You can see all the electrical connections. There's the underneath detail of the wheel set and the underneath of the actual loco itself. Looking at the detail inside the cab, it's a bit hard to see in this light, unless I was to shine a light in, which I can do. Bear with me a moment. Okay, shine some LED lighting into the cab. There you go. Oops. Pretty well detailed cab in that. And it's got a floating footplate. So that's not too bad. All I've got to do is coil her up and put a load behind her and see what she's like. Okay. Yep, there's the footplate down. Yeah. So Let's see what it's like to run. Reconnect that one. Oh, by the way, this one does have a 2-position drawbar, so you can do it at scale distance off this inner hole or model distance on the outer hole. Okay, I've just put on my test track for the time being. So, I'll step over to my speed control, work out which way I've got it hooked up. Something that would happen to be good is if I've got everything all set correct. Sure, I've got power on. Put power onto the speed control does work. Pop. Okay. Luckily I had something to catch that one in. I'll just move down here. It's filling into my container, which is great. Thankfully it didn't actually hit the floor, so pretty well cool on that one. The control I'm using at the moment is very touchy, trying to find the off position. It doesn't lock into the off position very well. It is a very old control. So yeah, okay. Now with more recording, let's see if we can get this thing to go correctly without crashing it. That's just on first notch. So between off and first notch, this control's not necessarily the best. What I'll do, on a better control, it would be great. Well, I've got another control I can use. Up the back here. As you see, it has a headlight on the front. On the back, it also has twin marker lights. That's between off position and first notch. So there it is with the first run on a test track of sorts, with a very touchy speed control. Bit scary that one the first time round, but at least with that, that's my new acquisition, and certainly it's a very good runner, and I'd like to believe the pulling power will be okay. So if I can bring my speed control closer to the test track. The control I'm using is an old, early Hornby control. Something from, I don't know, the late 60s, early 70s. I'm going to grab this rear bogie for the moment. Yep, it's got really good drag on it. So haul the load very nicely, I reckon. I've got about 8 of the Joe Calipari FO veranda cars, which I'll be running behind that loco. So I've also got the carriages which I've got previously on the YouTube channel and on my website, which are the New South Wales L cars, which are white metal bodied with wooden roofs and wooden floors. So if it'll haul that set nicely, I'll be happy. So just bear with me while I change over to putting the set on. Okay, I just put 2 of the 6 car set on, just as a test. So you've got to understand that these are white metal bodied, so they're very heavy carriages. So if I take that set, this will be an interesting load test. load another 2 of them on. Now, being that the Hornby controls are very touchy control, there's every chance you'll probably do a wheel slip to start. That seems to be alright, not too heavy. Let's see how she goes with the 4 of the 6 cars. Come on. Struggling with 4 cars. So there's every chance you probably won't take this full 6 car set of these. So we'll just prove that. So anything with Whitemetal tends to have a lot of weight. So anyone who's built a DJH kit will understand how much weight is involved and how much good tractive effort a DJH loco will have. This is Cub Set 85, which is one of the 6 sets that were done by New South Wales Government Railway, as you'll see in a previous one of my YouTube videos. Okay, so it's supposed to be a slight uphill run this direction. Doesn't like it one bit. But on a flat level, it should probably go alright. But certainly, as a load test, 6 Whitemetal carriages with wooden roofs and wooden floors. And yeah, now the loco wouldn't work. Seriously, the set that I've got here is a very heavy set, and at least will give you an idea what this thing will actually haul. So some lightweight free rolling carriages, you'll probably find that this will be a better set to have hauled by a different loco. That's right, this thing doesn't make tight points either. Buffer snag. Forgot about that. Yep, this thing's on an uphill run. Where is that? That's the good thing about this test board. I can actually test and see what will and won't go around it. Well, that's the L cars. So just bear with me a minute and I'll get out the FO cars. Okay, now I've changed over a little bit. Got the L cars in the background. Got the FOs at the front. So this is the set so far. I thought I had 8, but I don't. I've got 7. And these are the Joe Calipari kit form FO coaches. Even though there are a set of ready to run FOs available. And I can get this lock to untangle itself. Amazing how staples like to stick together. snag on things, snag on everything if it could. So Camco SLR's FO second cars, yeah, available through Casula Hobbies. They used to be about $36 Australian. On the back you've got all the instructions and whatever else. So that is basically how they're supposed to look. That's predating the battery boxes being put under them and the underfloor generators for the electric lighting days. And the kit basically comes in a plastic bag. So you can sort of see some of the sprue work that's left over. The bag of bits. So all this stuff just ends up back in the bag. If you don't mind a challenge, putting things together, if you were to buy them, they come complete basically along this arrangement. Without getting too technical and too boring, let's bring this back over this way, snag everything on the way through. I have much less running space with all these characters tagged on the back of it, so I simply do this without crushing it. So this particular control's touchy. I think there's something like a 6-volt difference between 0 and start, but that's my assumption anyway. So hopefully you like the C30T, and if you decide you're going to go get one, you've got an idea what will look good behind it, what sort of weight it'll haul. This is taking the 6 FO cars very nicely, but the L cars at the background is finding them a bit difficult because they're so heavy. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, happy modelling. Always look up my website called Kev's Workshop, same as on my YouTube channel and all the rest. So yeah, if you're looking for these sort of things, as I say, the FO is available through Casula Hobbies. They're also available through, I think, Oztrains or Precision Models. I think it's Oztrains from memory, one of the two. But you can find them up on just about any of the hobby shop websites. Catch you later, bye.